Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Kiera, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all some tips on how to learn tarot for beginners from a beginner. If this is your first time on my channel, like I said, I am Kiera. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and have the post notifications turned on so you don't miss when I upload videos. I upload videos every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and you don't want to miss this amazing content. So make sure you are subscribed. And as I stated, and as you can tell from the title and thumbnail, this is a learning tarot for beginners from a beginner. So if you are an advanced, experienced tarot reader, please don't kill me in the comments because I'm a beginner. I know that, but I feel like I can still give some insight how I'm learning tarot and things that I have been doing to teach me tarot along the way. Let's go ahead and get straight into this video. I do have notes on my phone, so I don't want to get off track. I'm gonna try to keep on track with these notes. I got a few talking points I want to hit, and yeah, I just want to stay on track with that. So the first thing that I can say as far as learning tarot, the first thing you want to do is read books. I mean, go to the library, go to the bookstore, buy some books, go to on Amazon, order some books. You can look on websites, and you can probably print off papers. If you don't have a printer at home, go to the library, print off a couple papers of what the tarot cards mean. For me, the way I learned mine was I actually got this book right here. So I got this book from Five Below. I'm pretty sure it was $5 if it was from Five Below. I'm pretty sure this is from Five Below. The author is Stephanie Capone, I believe is how you pronounce her name. But this is literally a guided tarot, like basically the meanings of the tarot cards. So I have this book. I am going to eventually purchase different books, but I feel like this book has been a nice stepping stone as far as me learning tarot and how to read the cards and interpret the meanings and stuff. Also, you have to trust your intuition as well, of course, but you want to make sure you know like the standard meaning of the cards. So when starting out reading tarot, a lot of videos and a lot of content and like books and just information that I had watched recommend getting the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but I was already into tarot before I started watching the videos, so I had already actually purchased my own deck, and I purchased me the Modern Witch tarot deck, which is this deck right here. So I'm pretty sure if you are into, you know, tarot, then you probably have seen these cards right here, the blue cards. They look like this if my camera focuses on it. So that's what the Modern Witch cards look like. So that is the cards that I use. I feel like these are fairly close to what the Rider-Waite-Smith looks like. It's just not men in the pictures. It's just all women, and it's a little bit more modern, as it says Modern Witch. So I feel like if you are going to get a deck and you can't get your hands on a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, I feel like that deck would be very beneficial if you want. I also created myself a study guide, because who wants to go flip through a book every single time I want to like know what the card means? I didn't want to have to go through the book every time. I also use the booklet from each tarot deck that I have. If you haven't checked out my tarot deck collection video, make sure you check that out as well. And I made myself my own tarot study guide based on a bunch of different videos that I watched on YouTube on the actual tarot card meanings. I think her name is Mystic Rain. If I'm gonna put her name across the screen. I love the way she went over the cards. I will clip her channel if I can somewhere in this video, because she does an amazing job as to teaching the cards. I pretty much took notes from videos that I watched on YouTube, notes from the book that I read, notes from the booklets from each tarot deck. I pretty much just was taking so much notes, and then I created my own study guide from that based on what meanings I felt like stood out more to me. And also, as I'm learning, I'm also learning that I feel like certain cards mean certain things to me, because like I said, you always have to trust your intuition when it comes to reading tarot cards. But yeah, that's pretty much the first thing I would say, is get educated on what the cards mean. Figure out the names of the cards, figure out why the suit is this suit, figure out what zodiac sign is associated with, which element is associated with, which planet is associated with. That will also help you. Also figure out the numerology for the cards, and this can all go before you actually start learning the meanings of the cards, because once you learn about the numerology, once you learn about the planet that it's associated with, once you learn about what sign it's associated with, which element the suit is associated with, it'll help you a little bit more when it comes to figuring out the meaning of the card. So if you think about the cups, you know that that is associated with the element of water. Water is more about emotional. You know, they say the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, are very emotional signs or whatever. They, you know, I'm a Scorpio, so I don't like when they say I'm emotional, but they say that we are more emotional signs. So you can always remember that. Like the wands are associated with the element of fire. So you think about like the fire signs. You think Aries, Leo, Sag. You think about that when you think about the fire signs, so on and so forth. So once you learn like the elements, once you learn the zodiac signs, because each court card is associated with each card is pretty much associated with a sign, a number, a planet, and all things like that. So once you break that down and figure that out, it will be easier to figure out what each card mean and what each suit mean in that way, if that makes sense. I actually started getting into astrology a little bit before I got into tarot cards, so it was a little bit easier for me to understand what the meanings were, if that makes sense. But learn that stuff first, and then once you start getting into the meaning of the cards, it will make a little bit more sense as to what that card means. Next thing I have on my list is make a study guide, which I just covered. I made a study guide. So when you take notes, I have really sloppy handwriting. So when I was taking notes, I took the notes and then I typed everything on my computer in Canva, and I created myself a study guide. Just as simple as that. You can use Word, you can use Google Docs, you can use just pretty much Google Docs. Is that really the one I'm talking about? What is it called when you, I think it's Google Docs. I don't know. Whatever Google offers, you can use that. You can use Word. You can use just pretty much anything. So the next thing I would say is to pull a card a day. A lot of people tell you to do this. I can't remember whose video it was that I did watch, but they actually recommend pulling a card at night. It may have been Venessa Somuayina. I watch her a lot, so it probably was her. She recommend, or whoever it was, recommend to pull a card a day, but to pull your card at night versus during the day, because at night your day is past and you'll have a full understanding of what the card means. Instead of trying to predict what you think the card is going to mean, you'll already know because your day is past, and you pull the card and you try to understand, like, okay, I just pulled the 8 of Cups and I just had to let something go for this day or something, you know what I mean? So or just had to walk away from something. So it's better to pull a card at night, is what I was told. So that's how I did it. Of course, go with your free will, trust your intuition when it comes to pulling a card a day. The next thing I would recommend as far as learning tarot is to do a 3-card spread flip through of the deck. So basically just take your oracle card, or oracle, tarot, it doesn't even matter, but since we're talking about tarot, it does matter. So take your tarot cards and basically shuffle your cards. It doesn't matter what order they're in, because they're going to come out shuffled anyway, but take your cards, pull out 3 cards, figure out what that means, and go with your intuition on what you would want the reading to be about. Let's say you want it to be about love, career, what's coming next in the next 3 months, how's my relationship going, just whatever pops in your head at that moment. It doesn't have to be about any specific person. It just has to be about a certain thing, so you can trust your intuition on what it means. And you do it again, and you pick another area of life and you figure out what it means in that area of life, and then you just keep doing that throughout the whole entire deck. So you pull 3 cards until you don't have any more cards, but just trust your intuition. Say, like, speak it out loud, even if you are like by yourself and you're not talking to anybody else. Just say what, like, how you feel the cards mean at that very moment, and don't second guess yourself. Just say how you feel, mean what you say, and then go on to the next. Do the same and just repeat it throughout the whole deck, and keep doing that. Like, you don't have to say do it every day, but just do it as often as you can. That also will help you strengthen your intuition. Also, like, if you have multiple decks, you can practice that with multiple decks, because that'll help you get the feel of the other decks as well, because as y'all know, with the other decks, like, the imagery and things like that change. So yeah, you just have to like do a 3-card thing, a 3-card flip through is what I call it. I don't know what else to call it. But the last and final tip that I have for y'all is to watch tarot videos. Do not watch tarot videos to get insight on your life or to predict your future, or, you know, predict your future. Watch tarot videos for educational purposes only. Literally watch an entire tarot video, a pick a card video from someone. I typically watch Chloe Taylor, Venessa Somuayina, or Shanetta's Divine Tarot. I'm also trying to branch out and watch different people, just because I want to understand what they feel like the cards means as well. You don't have to make everything stick. You don't have to be like, okay, I don't feel like this means that. If it doesn't resonate with you and that card doesn't mean that to you, then just let it fly. But watch a tarot reading. Just watch them for educational purposes. Like, when they pull a card, just listen to what they said the cards mean and how they relate it to other cards, to help you get a better understanding. It also helps me get a better understanding of the cards, and also it gets me a little bit better at storytelling, because when you do readings and pick cards, it's actually a form of storytelling. So that actually helps me, because I'm able to see as I'm reading, okay, this card means this when it's connected to this. Obviously, it's going to change depending on the situation and the person and the actual reading, but it helps you understand, okay, she got this from this because she paid attention to this, or he got this from this because he paid attention to this and he connected this to that. It just gives you an idea of how to pretty much maneuver around the storytelling and get just take a look at the whole scale instead of just focusing on the textbook meanings. So as far as like watching the videos, you know, for educational purposes. It can also help you understand what the reversals mean. Of course, like, you can study the reversals, but for me, I'm not reading the reverse at this moment in time. So I watch those videos because it helps me get an insight on what the reversals mean. And I'm learning a card here and there, and it's like it's sticking with me more because I'm not forcing myself to cram knowledge into my brain to where I forget. And I'm learning as I go. And also, like I said, if you're watching for educational purposes, of course that is amazing, but also if you watch them for yourself, listen to what they say and what they say the cards mean. All right, y'all, so that's all I have for today's video. I hope y'all did enjoy this video on how to learn tarot for beginners from a beginner. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also, leave some comments down below. Let me know any ways that you learn tarot or that you're learning tarot that may help me or help others in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also have the post notifications turned on so you don't miss when I upload. I upload videos every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. and you don't want to miss this amazing content. But that is all I have for today, and I will catch y'all in my next video.